Welcome to $20 million in real estate sales from referrals in just 12 months. So glad so many of you can join us. This is an exciting time, and we are just thrilled to be going through the program with you and sharing how you can get started and how you can use it to really maximize your business. I'm Dave Veldkamp. Happy to be with you. This is the perfect time to be going through this. Everybody is starting to think about the next year and planning ahead in our annual planner of our program. The core piece, really the center stone, is just such a useful tool to get you organized for next year. So we are going to go through that today with you, as well as talk about the basics of the system, get you introduced to it, go through some examples, share some pro tips that will help you maximize your results when using the program. And then we are going to, of course, make sure to get you the bonus material just for watching today, and hopefully get you all into the member site so that you can start accessing those resources as you move into next year. So let's go ahead and get started. First, what is the $20 million system? Really, it's a program designed to keep you in flow with your top people to create enough referrals to have $20 million in sales in just 12 months. And we provide all of the resources for you to do it. And you get to customize the plan to make it fit how you want to run your business, and we help you do it. So here's how it works, and there is 4 simple steps. So let me go ahead and share right from our website. We'll take a look at what those steps are. All right. The key and the cornerstone, and that is our annual planner. So hopefully most of you have already downloaded the starter pack from our website. If you haven't, go to elevateoi.com/free download, and you'll be able to get the starter pack, and we'll talk about all the materials that are in there in just a second. But number 1, fill out your annual planner worksheet. Decide what you're going to do each and every month and each quarter for different activities, and we make it super simple and easy for you. Step 2, we are going to make sure we create a list of at least 50 or more of your top fans. Now, we'll talk about who goes on this list and some tools to help you get them on the list. Step 2, each month you will open up your monthly instructions, go through them, and follow it according to what you did on your annual planner. And those two work closely together in conjunction with each other. I highly, highly encourage you, and a big pro tip is once you have your annual plan filled up, hang it up where you will see it every single day. And then each month when you pull out these instructions, fill them out and hang those up as well, so they are highly visual and something that it's hard to avoid each and every day to see. Then finally, number 4, you are going to leverage the resources that we provide to execute on your plan. So each and everything that you choose, every box you check on that annual planner, we have a resource associated with it to help make things go easier, whether it be reasons to connect phone dialogues, whether it's email and text message templates that you can copy and paste or make videos off of, whether it's mailers, invitations, and other types of materials that you will need to get printed or to send out. Maybe it's your events and your standard operating procedures. It can be social media, and it can also be gifts that you are going to create for your clients. So there is so much in here, but it's really those 4 simple and easy steps. So how does this all work? Why does it work? Some statistics behind it. So we know that everybody out there knows at least 5 people statistically that are going to need to buy or sell over the course of the next 12 months. Our goal is to get at least 50 people to send us at least 1 referral over the course of the next 12 months. And if you have more people that you're working with that are your top fans, this can grow even bigger. So how does that math all work out? Well, the average sale price of a home in the United States is around 410. You multiply that by 50, that is over $20 million in sales. And so that's what we're going for. That is the goal. And we want to stay in flow with those top people using all these resources to make it super simple, super easy. And we never have to wonder what is it that we're doing next month to be staying in contact. And what do I have to say next month and come up with new material, because it's all provided for you. All right. I mentioned that starter pack. That starter pack you can download, again, straight from our site. And if you just go to elevateoi.com/free download, I'll show you really quick this graphic here and talk about what you get in there. You will get the annual planner that will take you through each month, as well as quarterly event options, as well as quarterly gift options for your clients. We'll talk more about that in a second. You're going to get some basic instructions on the overall plan, talk you through it. You are going to get a spreadsheet so that you can coordinate, and many of you probably have your 50 fans in a CRM, in a system already, but if not, we have a way for you to put that all together. We want phone number, we want email address, we want a mailing address. Without that, we have nothing. It doesn't even make sense to put that annual planner together if we do not have our people that we are going to stay in contact with. Now, let me pause here for a second. Who do we want on that list? And that's another item that we have in here. We have our memory jogger questions. If you're struggling to figure out who are your people, who belong on this list, go through the memory jogger document questions, and it's going to ask you all sorts of things that are going to help you think about other people that should be on your list of contacts that you're keeping in touch with, people who are your biggest fans, who know you, like you, who've worked with you in the past potentially, or are more than happy to refer you because they know what a great agent that you are. Now, when we're looking at those people as well, a couple of quick tips. We are looking for connectors. Who are those people who are well connected already? Maybe they're in positions where they are working for a large office as it is. Maybe they work in human resources. Maybe they're a salesperson in a different industry, so they are well connected and able to talk with other people. Maybe they're parts of many groups or associations, highly social. Those connectors are going to be key to your success in this program. In here as well, there's also a great document that talks about how to teach people to refer you, how to make it easy for them. And so that is going to be critical to build your skill set around asking for referrals, but making it super easy for these people, for your biggest fans, to refer you. And we also have some letters templated in there for you to send out and introduce people to your referral program. Again, this is all available in your starter pack, so highly encourage you to get that downloaded so that you can get started today. Now let's talk about your annual plan. This is, again, the keystone to the entire program, and filling this out will lay out your entire year for you. And there are so many great ideas, and then that will tell you what resources to access from our members site. Let's go ahead and open up some examples here. I'll share them with you on the screen. Here we go. So we have put together 3 examples. And again, you'll get this annual planner. It'll be blank. You won't have all these red X's or the dates filled in or anything like this when you go to do it. But we'll also share with you these 3 examples, because here's the beauty of it. You get to customize your plan to make it work how you want to. You get to select the activities that you're comfortable with and the ones that fit your personality. So you really get to make it your own and do the things that you're interested in. We just help you do it in a much easier and organized fashion. Now, you can maximize this program, and that's what this top plan looks like. We'll also take a look at one that's kind of medium of the row in terms of effort, and then one that's at your basic minimum effort. However, it fits you. Some things might be easier if you have an administrative staff, you can do more. If you're operating all on your own and building to that, maybe you're doing more on the minimum side of things to try to grow. But remember, you get out what you put in. So if you're really going for that $20 million level, you're going to want to make sure that you are maximizing your effort in this program. So if we take a look at this example here, let's go right on down the list and we'll zoom right in on January. You can see we have multiple columns here, and we provide you with ideas for reasons to call, emails, texts, mail, postcard, client events, client pop-bys. There's even social media you can access. Let's just talk about one of these things, and then I'll give you an overview of how we maximize this plan, and we'll scroll down to some of the other ones as well. So January. Here we selected market update call. Now, all this annual market update call is just a call to those people and say, hey, you know what? I am sending out an update. You'll get it in the mail soon. It's going out today. Keep an eye out for it. It's going to cover everything that happened in real estate in our area, the different price points, the changes and values, a very detailed plan. I just want you to know it's coming so you can keep an eye out for it. This gives you a reason to call them, connect on the phone, have a short chat about the new year as well. And it's a really simple and easy voicemail. If you only get a voicemail for them to let them know. And this is going to be huge because that means that letter is much more likely to get opened and looked at and add that additional value. In the email and text section, just a simple New Year's email or text. You can send it, both email or text, just the text form of it, or you can take that template and you can read it as a video script. Highly recommend that as an extra bonus to make that extra connection and send it as a text message. Then moving over to mail and postcards, you'll see on every single month we got birthday and home anniversary cards selected. Here's the reason why. We want you to go into our resources, download from the annual resources, the birthday card, the home anniversary cards, the thank you cards, all these things. Write them out now in the beginning of the year, in the early part of the year. Have it all done by the end of January and file it away in folders for each month. So when that month comes and you're busy in May selling houses, you're busy in June selling houses, you just grab that file folder and you have all of your birthdays ready to go, all of your home anniversaries, and you don't miss a beat. So take advantage of the time that you have now to execute those. And that's why it's checked off on every single month in this program here. If we keep on moving along, we take a look at the client events, and you can see these are divided up quarterly. If I zoom out a little bit and scroll down, you can see there's 4 different sections for client events with suggestions on each. Now, we want you to pick what event you're going to do, put a date down, make a decision, and make a decision on a budget, and then go access the standard operating procedure from the resources and start planning that event. A quick note on each one of these, you'll see there's different stars at the end of the events, and that talks about the complexity of each event. So a movie event's going to be one of the easier ones. A bowling event's going to be a little more intense on the complexity, whereas something like a charity fundraiser is going to be high on the complexity level of what you're going to need to do to get it all set up. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about quarterly, what it is that you're going to do. And oh, by the way, a lot of the other elements on the monthly can be used in conjunction with those events. So whether it's invites that are getting sent out via text, via mail, phone calls, they can work in conjunction together. So think about that as you're planning out your monthly events or activities. And then the client pop-by gifts, these can be things that every single quarter you do something. In this instance, we give 5 different suggestions. If you get into the resources, there's actually 10 different suggestions per quarter, something that's going to fit you, fit your personality, fit your sphere. And you can notice in this example, we again put a date, we put a budget to it, and you can notice we put 25 after it. So if we have 50 people we're working with, we're only going to deliver 25 of these to half of the group. Maybe that just fits their personality better. Maybe it's a gift that fits for a family. Maybe it's a gift that fits for empty nesters, whatever it might be. So think about that. And this program for this example is set up where, hey, twice a year, they're getting a gift from us of some sort of fashion because we're doing 25 each quarter. So if we have 50 people, they'd each get a gift twice a year. So that's kind of your max plan. You can set it up however you want, but about that amount of activity is going to really maximize your plan. You can see examples for a more medium level plan. In this instance, we knocked it down to where we just have 2 events a year, one in the second quarter, one in the fourth quarter, and then we offset that in the first quarter and the third quarter with some gifts to our entire group of fans. We've also reduced down some of the activities accordingly. For each month, we're not having as many events. There's not as many invites going out, all of those things. And so it simplifies that a little bit and reduces down some of the work. And then finally, your minimum plan here, you can see we just have 1 event. We have 2 sets of gifts, and we've really reduced down the activities. There's still things going on consistently, but not to the level of our max plan. That, again, might be better if somebody has an admin that can help execute on some of those things. Now, here's a note. If you're only going to choose one thing, just one thing from all of this, here's what I highly, highly recommend is make sure you are doing an annual preferred vendor and contractor list. And here's why. It adds so much value to your potential homeowners. So you can see it's up here. There is a vendor list up in February. Now here's how this system works. Is we call in February and we contact our clients and say, hey, you know what, I'm putting together my annual vendor list. I'm just wondering if you've had any service providers lately at your home or that you've worked with that have just been excellent. I'd really love to add them to my list so I continue to build a great list. And then you get those responses, you get those referrals, and then you contact that vendor as well to let them know, hey, I'm adding you to my preferred vendor list. I got a great review from client, Mr. and Mrs. Bob over here, and they just said you were fantastic. I would love to be able to recommend you to my other clients. And you start to build that relationship with these vendors. And now your existing vendors that you already know and already work with, make sure you call them as well and let them know that you're sending this out to all of their people. And we have a great dialogue and a great script in the membership site that's going to talk you through this and talk you through how to build more referrals from that preferred vendor list so that those business owners start sending referrals to you as you're sending referrals to them, and you create that strong referral partnership. Outside of your just 50 fans, this is in addition to that, all of these well-connected business owners in your community, and it's a huge, huge source of business for you. So if you're only going to choose one thing, you got to get in there and you got to do the preferred vendor and contractor list. All right, really quick, let's jump out of here. One of the final things that I want to do is go through and just share with you a little bit of the navigation of the member site so you can see, hey, where do I go to access all of the materials for these activities? And it's really quite easy to jump in there and join. So I'm just going to pull up the site again, and we are going to go ahead and go to our member site and take a look at all of the resources that are available to you, and just so you can see how they're organized. And that's what the important part is. We want you to know where they're organized, where you're going to find each one of these things, because, you know, we had monthly activities and we had quarterly activities. So once you join, get in the member site, scroll down. First things first, we have all of our annual resources. These are those get started files that you can download for free and do this all on your own. You just won't necessarily have all of the materials and ready. You'll have to come up with some of those dialogues, those standard operating procedures on your own, those images, those templates for the postcards and the invitations and all of that. But that's all in here. So don't feel like you have to reinvent the wheel. But those annual files to get you started, the annual planner, those birthday cards, home anniversary cards, thank you cards, all of that is right here, right up front in your annual files. As you move over, the next thing you can see is our quarterly, our first quarter resources. So all of those events for that first quarter that you saw in your annual planner, those are listed here. Click it, download it. You'll get a zip file with all sorts of things in there. Unzip it, and you'll have your standard operating procedures. You'll have your invitations. You'll have your text message reminders. You'll have your email reminders. You'll have your phone dialogue invites. All of that will be in there, your imagery, things that you'll need to execute that event. And you'll also have your first quarter pop-by gifts. You can download that document so that whatever you selected, or if you want to see the other 5 that are in there, so that you know what to execute on. Then we roll into the monthly resources. So the reasons to call, the emails, the text, and so on. And we go through those months, February, March, everything's there, including the instructions. And then we get to the second quarter. And you can see how this goes. Now the events are all there, the pop-by gifts are there. And this continues through the rest of the year. So super easy to navigate. It doesn't take long to get that master plan ready to go. And even if that's all you do is go through that annual plan, I promise you, you will be ahead of 90% of the real estate agents out there. So make sure you take a look at it and get started with it today. All right, that is it. I'm so glad that you took a few minutes to join us. What I would recommend moving forward is, if you have any questions, you can feel free to contact us through the website. We also have monthly mastermind and group coaching calls the second Wednesday of every single month. You can just jump on Zoom. If you're working through the program, if you want the latest tips and tricks, if you want some suggestions on how to move forward, that is a great tool to use and leverage that group and leverage that information that comes out monthly. It always is talking about the month ahead. So we're meeting 2 to 3 weeks before the next month start and really planning on how we're going to execute and make sure that we have everything in place for the next month. All right, so I appreciate you taking the time to check out how you can go about earning $20 million in real estate sales from referrals in just 12 months if you execute on your $20 million program. Thanks so much again. I'm Dave Velkamp. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out direct. I'd love to chat with you and love to help you execute this system for your business.